Hey, how's it going, you guys? So, I just want to let you guys know I did start a Patreon. I'm going to be doing a lot more readings over there. So, for $5 a month, you guys could be getting a lot more exclusive content. Here, I'm just going to start doing like smaller readings and stuff. Um, it's just a better platform. That way I'm not getting censored because here I'm getting censored, and on YouTube they're not pushing spiritual platforms. If anything, they're trying to push spiritual platforms off of YouTube. And so they are doing a lot of like taking away our followers, and they're pushing our content back so that we're not able to really fully be seen. So, and because I don't tend to follow by the rules and play this whole love and light thing, I think that my business would be better set over on Patreon. Yes, show the world the real you. So as we're talking about that, like I'm not able, and it showed up in the reverse, I haven't been able to show the world what I'm really capable of because I have to constantly be looking over my shoulder, um, trying not to get censored. Okay. And yeah, my phone just went off. Truth Social, actually. That's funny. Huh. All right, so show the world the real you. Show the world the real you. This is about authenticity. Okay, and way too many cards here, Spirit. What else do we got here? I'm going to put that back, and let's see if it comes back out. All right, Spirit, what does the collective need to hear? Got a few cards out. We've got you're very close to achieving your goal. Meditate and contemplate, and communication is key. Bottom of the deck, take time to breathe out. So I don't see a lot of movement. I see someone here who is, how do I want to say this? Like they're kind of pulling back right now. Feeling called to read this card because I'm not getting it the way I normally get it. Um, I'm getting it in a different way. I opened it right to it. It says, the intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. The fact that we just had that full moon eclipse in Libra just a few days ago, it's not time to like jump and do anything. It's like that let that energy kind of clear out so that you guys will know what to do so that you're not making emotional decisions. Okay, have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. You're very close to achieving a goal right now, but all you need to do is just sit back and relax. You don't need to do a whole lot, okay? Try to accept things as they are. It says, breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in circles. So you're tuning to the moon, and it says, I am where I am, and it's okay. You are where you are right now, and wherever you are, it's okay. You should know that where you stand you should know where you stand either now or very soon. So if there's something here, like if you're trying to achieve your goal, you're about ready to get some news. I think somebody here is like going in circles trying to make a decision. And maybe for some of you, like you're waiting on somebody to call you to tell you that they're going to be working with you. Okay. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experience with someone else and avoid falling into a slump. I know that when we're in these down times and you're not really seeing a whole lot going on, a lot of the time we can kind of, you know, cut our nose off to spite our face. You know what I mean? We can sit around and worry and put a bunch of doubt and sadness and depression. And then you end up with a big, huge ball of bullshit that now you got to like sift through in order for you to even get out of it. And then you realize once that communication comes in, you're like, oh, fuck, was I even stressing about anyway? The disseminating moon is the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. No matter when you pick this card, it suggests you're at a more tranquil point in the life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. This is not the ideal time to start something new. The disseminating moon is the time to breathe out, give yourself some time off, and think about what has passed. Okay. And listen, and it's funny because you've got the gibbous moon here that talks about, so you have the disseminating moon, and then you've got the gibbous moon. Let's see what the gibbous moon says right there. The gibbous moon says the word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation that you're asking about is bulging with possibilities and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just there to let you know there's a fuse attached to the situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. Knowing that you're on the right track is the most important, okay? Knowing that you're on the right track. So I think that this is, the fact that nothing is happening right now, you're waiting on this communication. That's what you're waiting on, okay? And so this is about with these two mutable cards here with Pisces and Gemini, we are really being asked to go with the flow. Okay. Just go with the flow. We also have Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini, getting ready to go into its retrograde period. So it's slowing down right now. So I feel like you're really just waiting on Mercury to hit a certain point in order for you to get the answers. And so in the meantime, you just got to sit back. You can't push for the answers because if you do push, you might not get an answer that you want, but it was because you were being so pushy. So someone here is kind of like going in circles. They could be choosing. So if this is a job scenario, they could be choosing between you and someone else. You're just waiting on the communication, but it is telling you that there is a goal that you're going to achieve regardless. Okay. Regardless. So just breathe. Listen, you guys, the universe always has our back. The universe always has our back. If it is meant to be, it will be. Nothing or no one can ever stand in the way of something that is right for us. It cracks me up when people get jealous of other people because it's such a waste of energy. Because at the end of the day, anything that is meant for you will never pass you by. And same thing goes for them. So while people are hating on you and jealous of you for what you have, if it was supposed to be theirs, it would have been. What a waste of fucking time and energy. How about instead of, trying to, what is it? Don't covet what other people have or something like that. Isn't that like one of the laws? Okay. Where you're not supposed to, want what other people have. You never want to be jealous of what other people are doing. And I really find that to be such a true statement. So I am seeing some type of communication. Actually, I want to clarify with the right of way. All right. So what is this? What is this goal? We've got them with the magician. You're very close to achieving a goal, something you've been manifesting. Okay. Something you've been manifesting is being achieved. Okay. It's not time for you to move right now. Okay. I do see this Four of Wands kind of being in the reverse, like stuck right now. Maybe for some of you, like you're waiting on a new home, and we got the moon here. So I really do feel with all this moon energy that we're talking about, and then these eclipses, I feel like around the next eclipse, okay, because we are going to have Mercury in Aries retrograde at the time of the next eclipse. So you could be getting some messages around that time. Oh my God. Look, the eclipse. We have the Eight of Cups as the overall energy. So before you make any moves, before you start moving, and it's really not time yet. There's something here, there's some type of communications that you are waiting on. The Eight of Cups talks about walking away. The Eight of Cups is, something that you have emotionally, and I say emotional too because we have the moon here and we have the Pisces energy. With all this moon energy, there's a lot of emotion here. And with that eclipse right there, it's the only eclipse card in the entire deck. And the fact that it's showing up here says a lot. So for some of you, it's walking away from relationships. For others of you, it's walking away from a home. And you're being moonlighted right now. You're waiting on some type of communication in order to kind of put you on a new path, because we have this path here. Pay attention to the animals. I feel like animals could be very relevant during this time. Maybe for some of you, it's even finding a home that will accept your animals. There's a lot of places now where, like, I find it really funny in Hawaii, right? I've lived in Hawaii for 6 years, and they're all about the ohana, except for when it comes to animals. Animals don't exist with the ohana now. You're not allowed to have an animal unless you own your own home. And so it's not about the ohana or the family or the aloha. It's about because it's not Hawaiians that are renting out the home. It's a bunch of mainlanders who came in and took over Hawaii, bought up all the housing, and has now expressed that nobody can have an animal. So they really don't get the gist of actually what Hawaii is all about. And so it can make it very hard for people to find a home for their animals. So I see all the time, if you go and look up all these animal sites in Hawaii, everybody's like, can somebody take my animals because, so and so won't let me have them. So it's about manifesting a place where your animals are welcome because they are family. They are family. And as I said that, I just had a cat meow. All right. So what else do we have here, Spirit? So you're waiting on some type of communication, but I feel like it's going to come around that moon. Okay. So for some of you, this has something to do with your stability, where you're moving to. All right. Milk and honey. For some of you, you're feeling like you don't have enough. You don't have enough resources. What do we got here? Time for a nap. Listen, you guys, it keeps telling you, just relax. Take a step back. You have what you need. Everything that you need has always been provided, regardless of if it's not the right amount. Because at the end of the day, look at this, you guys. We have the moon here. We've got communication is key. Listen, you need to be very careful about what you're communicating around this time, because we are around eclipses. And this can be a time where your fear is brought to the forefront. The last time that this happened, blah, blah, blah. Listen, we're in a whole new energy field now, you guys. This isn't what happened last time. Maybe it is if those are the seeds that you're planting. So think about every time this energy comes about, are you always like freaking yourself out, negative self-talk? Because again, we talk about communication. The gods are listening. The universe is listening. You're creating your reality based off of what you have to say. Right when I said that, my phone just went off. So that's confirmation of what I'm talking about. So this card is about being flexible. We have the number 10 here. This is about flexibility. This is really wanting to come out of some type of chaos and conflict that you've been in. Okay. And it's about being flexible. You're going to know when it's time for you to walk away. So in the meantime, I see someone here who is preparing. They're stacking them, their cups up nice and neat, and they're ready to go on the journey. You're ready to go on the journey. And with all these stars I see here, okay, the stars are about hopes, wishes, dreams, optimism. Okay. This is about like making a wish, But when we make a wish on a star, we kind of just tend to forget about it. We go off onto our own thing and, we start doing all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden our wishes come true. It's kind of what this is talking about here. It's like once you take your eye off the prize, that's when the phone call comes in. Once you take your attention off of what it is that you are trying to manifest so hard, because we got the magician here, right? The more you run after what it is that you're going for, and I'm not saying don't work towards it. Don't, if you're wanting to move, start packing those fucking boxes. If you're wanting to go somewhere, start selling off your shit. Show the universe, okay, hey, I'm ready. Like, I'm going to align to this new home. I don't know where I'm going, but I know that all I have to do is just align to it. And in the meantime, while you're asleep, I feel like for a lot of us, because we still have a lot of Pisces energy and all this moon, and today the moon's in Scorpio again, it's almost like get sleep. It's almost like when you're asleep, you don't have time to, you're not in the way of your own blessings when you're sleeping. Like set your intentions before you go to sleep. And then while you're sleeping, let the spirit realm conjure up everything and everyone that you need. Because all of a sudden somebody will have a dream about you, right? And then the next day they're like, hey man, I dreamt about you. Like, are everything okay? And you're like, oh my gosh, you're just the person I was wanting to talk about or talk to. See what I'm saying? So there's a lot of like psychic moon energy because we even have the moon here. And we have the moon here. And we have the moon here. And we have the moon here. And not counting all the moonology cards that we just pulled, the two new moons, the gibbous moon and the disseminating moon. Okay. Lot of moon cards in every deck that I pulled. We're talking about this moon energy. So this is about ending old cycles, beginning new cycles. And right now, whatever goal you're about to achieve is right on path. What is this milk and honey 51 in the reverse? Let me see. Why is this in the reverse? So it says a nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and comfort as a means to escape what's really going on. It works in the moment, but only fleeting before the feelings return and you need to re-up until you're exhausted. Feeling worse than before. You may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to spirit. Now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. You guys, a lot of the time when we are feeling like nothing is working, we turn to substances or we turn to sex. We call our ex, we do something stupid. Don't quit before the victory. Be like a willow tree and be able to bend a little bit. Okay. Be flexible instead of like going into some type of a depression, because with all this moon energy here, you could be going into a depression. Your health could also be going to shit right now because you're not taking care of yourself. You're not eating good. Okay. With the milk and honey, maybe you're eating like shit right now. Maybe you haven't been working out. Maybe it's time for you to start working out again. Start taking care of yourself. In the meantime, when you don't see anything else happening, instead of focusing on, oh, I'm just going to get drunk again because why not? Well, you could be doing other stuff. You could be taking care of your health, going for a walk. That's healthy instead of picking up the bottle or doing drugs. Okay. At the end of the day, there is the communication that you need is coming in, but it will come in slower if you aren't taking care of yourself and taking care of all the things that need to be done. That's what I have to say. But there is communication. And for some of you, with all this energy, This is somebody here tapping into their psychic energy, doing moon magic. I definitely see moon magic here. And for some of you, you do need to reach out and schedule a reading. It's time. It's time. With the communication is key, the moon and the deep knowing, this is psychic energy written all over it. So, astrologer, psychic, all of that energy. Please feel free to look at my website. It's under thefootstepstopeace.com. I would be happy to run a reading with you. Um, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video, you guys. Check me out over on Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and you guys get unlimited access to all my videos. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave that here. I love you all so much, and we will chat again soon. Take care.